happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
There it is. Look, I had the brakes fully compressed because of last week's fiasco.
Oh, it felt good. It felt real good.
And now I didn't get in on it.
I know. You'll never know, Mike. Welcome to the Spitballers Podcast.
That's not how I want to start things.
I'm into it.
Sometimes you feel like a scat. Sometimes you don't.
Welcome to the Spitballers. Once again, a great episode may or may not happen following that introduction. We're getting a lot of interesting comments on the social media platforms at SpitballersPod on Twitter, Instagram.com/SpitballersPod, Facebook. People are saying that there's a real problem with the show.
Uh-oh.
And it's unsafe. It's unsafe to exercise while listening.
Ooh.
It's unsafe to listen at work.
NSFE.
Yeah, not safe to exercise. Because of this.
F for two, yeah. Of course. Not safe for two exercise.
Whoops.
Not safe for two exercise.
So I don't know if that means we have to contain things or not, but the last episode
I apologize for nothing.
put some people down on the treadmills.
Yeah, look, we try to not just entertain those listening. We try to entertain those around those listening. So when you fall off the treadmill, we are providing entertainment to even those who have never heard of us. That is our real goal here.
Pay it forward.
Exactly right. Pay it forward. Eat it on the treadmill.
Yeah, we like people to be happy. We don't really care how it happens. I thought you were going to say we entertain ourselves on the show.
Certainly.
And that definitely happens.
That's true. I'm really just here for myself.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to get into it. We have a great show today. A draft that I am very much looking forward to. I got to say, Jason, you just eviscerated us in the last draft.
Yes, I did.
Way worse than I thought it was going to be. We have Would You Rather on the show. That's a great question. And thank you so much for subscribing on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen on your Android devices. Thank you for listening. Thank you for telling your friends about the show. And look, we're having a lot of fun.
You don't want to be a spitwad by yourself. That's just disgusting.
No, you need a Spitwad squad.
Oh, spit squad.
A nice rhyme.
That's
like
what
it.
I'm here for.
I feel
Oh, no.
There's a lot of feelings happening. This is scary.
Normally,
I feel metaphorically naked right now.
Oh, right, sir.
So, like, we usually when we do this show, we have our laptops in front of us with the questions and whatnot. And I don't know if listeners know this, but I am the dumb one, and so often I forget my laptop, which has happened today. And so I've got my little phone out here while you two have your big, nice 15-inch laptops out, and I'm like, I got my little bitty phone in front of me as if it was a laptop, and I feel real dumb.
Yeah, it reminds me of, you remember the Palm Pilot days?
Barely.
Goodness.
Barely.
When people, there was a time in which phones like this didn't exist, and there were little organizers, and they cost a ton of money, and people, I feel like those products were like less helpful than writing things on paper.
It was so much harder.
But people just went through the hoops because they wanted the cool thing.
Yeah, this is super cool here. This is my choice. I don't want one of those big,
I
clunky
forgot my
laptops.
laptop on purpose.
I can put this laptop in my pocket.
That's right.
Would you rather?
Would you rather go through life unable to answer any questions or unable to ask any questions? Now, Mike, he closed his eyes. He is deep in thought. He is considering the ramifications of both of these options. What do you think?
Both are terrible.
This is deep.
So if you couldn't answer any questions, what are the ramifications of that universe?
Well,
No one can get to your house.
Well,
because you couldn't give them directions?
Or
Yes.
your address even.
Yes.
Where do you live?
No.
So that means you can't even answer yes or no questions.
That has to be the response to every question. Is,
I was going to ask, what comes out? Is it no sound at all, or is it you
I
turn
plead
into
the
butthead?
fifth.
I think you got to go with the. So where do you live?
That would make for a very awkward wedding.
Oh man.
no!
Do you, Andy Holloway, take
Oh,
Bree to be
no.
your lawfully wedded wife?
And then
sir,
you start
did you
laughing?
hear the
You're
question?
actually butthead right now.
But here's the thing. You couldn't even ask your
that's
girlfriend to marry you.
You're fine. That's because that situation will never happen.
You would
Well,
never
no.
need to
If you could ask questions, you could get the yes, but then you couldn't answer the
yes.
question.
Of
So,
course.
That's
so
what
you're
I mean.
going to have a really bad wedding if you can ask questions but cannot answer. Now, if you can't ask questions, does that mean you're in the clear? You don't have to ever worry about the bad wedding because no one can ever say yes.
terrible witness on the stand. You're either a terrible witness or a terrible lawyer.
Yeah, you're. Well, if you're the
That's
witness,
the two options.
I mean, you're going to be held in contempt
No doubt.
very quick.
Where were
so-
you on the night of January 27th? He's guilty.
If
He did it.
if I can't ask a question, does that also mean I can't Google?
No, I think you can Google.
Because
Well,
all
you
of
can't
Google,
type a question
all
either?
of Google is a question.
Sure, but I feel like this is more human interaction. This is you can't ask me or anyone else anything ever, which might be. I mean, is there any advantage to either of these? Like, I'll be honest, I'm apparently a terrible father. The first thing that happened when you said, "Oh, you can't answer any questions," was like, "Oh, I get out of homework duty with my kids." Like, Dad, I need help. I can't answer. I can't help.
Well,
you.
you could, Dad, I need help. That's not a question. That's
No.
that's
But
a
when they're like,
statement.
what's the square root of 322?
No, they can get away. You can get around with that. They just point.
Well, then what? But then what do you say? You give them a high five? You give them a thumbs up?
You just no, because if you sit down with a math sheet and they got 3 times 4, they just point at it, and then you can start working through. This is how you do multiplication. You're not out of the clear for homework, man.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
That sucks.
What do you think? What do you go with? I wonder what our listeners would go with.
I'm gonna go as long as I can still Google. I'm gonna go unable to ask any questions.
Okay.
Because Google has the answers to almost everything.
You're just trying to be the highest functioning person
Yes.
that can't ask questions. I think I lean on that side too. It would be way too awkward, too hard to function if you couldn't answer any questions.
So
would
that
you
guy.
like? Would you like ranch with your fries?
Oh no, I can't ever get ranch.
you can say, "I'd like some ranch with my fries." You can request things and talk.
Oh yeah, the homework paradox that we've discovered.
All right. What do you
Yeah.
think?
I'm gonna take the no answering of any questions. I want to, like I was going to say, I'm gonna try that today. I'm gonna try to not be able to answer any questions, but I'm gonna have to start that in about 45 minutes, or I'm out.
There's also a section in here called "That's a Great Question."
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem. Finn on the website wrote this question for us, or this would you rather scenario. Would you rather get your daily exercise while sleeping? Oh, my goodness, that'd be amazing. Or be able to eat anything you want and have it be healthy for you? Oh, my gosh, that would be amazing.
First off, shout out to Huckleberry for this question.
Yes, Huck.
Then there's no other Finn, right?
Correct. Yeah. Isn't Finn one of the Star Wars characters?
It is.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
Yeah, so you're wrong. Would you rather get your daily exercise while sleeping or be able to eat anything you want and have it be healthy for you? In many ways, these would have the same result.
These are
on
my
you.
No, because you can eat healthy and not really put on muscle mass.
Correct. But
right.
you would
and you
be-
can, and I am a testament that you can work out and eat poorly and still be fat. Because I
Now-
work out a couple times a week,
Fat and shredded.
I go for the fat and shredded look, and I do have muscle mass. I'm going to be a great O lineman. But
mass.
If you do daily exercise while you're sleeping,
Yes.
do you wake up feeling refreshed?
Yes.
Or do you wake up feeling I mean, okay, so you're refreshed because you got sleep.
This is a
but does your body have the soreness of a workout?
I'm going to say no, because this is magic.
This is meant to be basically if you could go to bed and let's say you could just like put a little patch on your arm and then go to sleep and then you wake up and it's worked all your muscles.
They have those
all the muscles
electric
out.
machines
but,
for your abs.
But one that actually works.
Right. Well, so this is not just like this is going to sleep. I'm getting a solid 8 hours, right? I need my sleep. So I'm coming out like the Rock.
Is that 8 hours of workout or is that just a 1 hour workout in there?
No. I'm working out the whole time I'm
Without
asleep.
question, I'm taking the exercise while sleeping because I can make good choices with my food during the day. And even if I make bad choices, that 8 hour workout's going to knock out most of that.
I'll be honest.
That is without a question the way I'm going.
These have both been legitimate dreams of mine. Like, I know we did a, Genie grants you 3 wishes question before, but that's like genuinely if I could eat whatever I want and everything I ate was not just not harmful, but was nutritious.
Actually good for you.
It was as if I'm eating broccoli and tomatoes and salmon and whatever it gives me the perfect combination of nutrients. It's all quinoa. If I could,
Everything is quinoa?
If I could eat nonstop donuts and have the deliciousness of whatever I want. You butter? Yes, please, more butter. Everything is just the worst. But when I put it into my body, it is nutritious. That's
this
like
is what
the pinnacle.
science should be working on.
Totally.
Yeah.
Why have we not been able to get there?
Get this Mars crap out of my face.
Stop trying to take seeds out of watermelons. Start making donuts.
The seeds out of watermelon is one of mankind's greatest feats. That's
the problem.
Have you recently eaten a watermelon with seeds?
No.
Yeah, you don't remember what it was like.
I want to eat
life
donuts
without internet.
that count as vegetables.
Seriously. Or you can do it either way, Mr. Scientist listening to the Spitballers. If you can't figure out
Mr. Scientist.
Mr. or Mrs. Scientist, if you cannot figure out how to make a donut super nutritious for me, I'm okay with that. Figure out how to make broccoli taste like donuts.
Oh, you
can
go either direction.
Okay.
I just want, so this is my answer. My answer is definitely the food because my body style, like people have different, some people can eat anything, they stay skinny. I don't got that issue. That issue. Shame on you for calling it an issue.
You don't have that condition.
No, I don't have that wonderful condition where what is this, a high metabolism? I struggle from high metabolism. So sorry.
I'm going with the daily exercise while sleeping because it also then saves time.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the hardest part of exercising for me is once I'm into it, all right, good, we're working out. There's an hour. Now I got to go shower. So I'm adding time to my life that I can spend.
That's fair.
That really is a big piece of it. If I could snap my fingers and be in the middle of a workout and then snap my fingers and be all like showered up and ready to go. Now, do you sleep? Do you wake up sweaty from the workout?
Oh, you are sweaty.
You do?
You're definitely sweaty.
So you got the rubber sheets on the bed. Otherwise, that mattress is ruined.
Rubber sheets?
You have. Oh yeah.
I'm picturing this tire bed.
My body, like I am reeling into myself like someone just scratched a chalkboard, thinking of rubbing around on rubber sheets.
Well, I'm thinking of him laying on rubber and then pulling rubber up over him.
Oh, your hair's getting all caught?
No, it's not. I'm not my outer
this is
sheets.
terrible.
Just the fitted sheet. The fitted sheet is rubber. The fitted sheet protects the mattress from all the sweat. If I was going to pee my bed every night, don't you put it?
Yes.
Am I using the wrong word? Is rubber sheets not a thing?
It's certainly not a thing.
It's definitely not a thing.
They have like pee pads for the kids.
There's things you can put under your bed.
Were you guys bedwetters?
No.
Out of pure curiosity, asking for a friend.
I definitely was.
I was not. I only wet the bed one time that I remember as like
Define was.
Is this a current issue?
We should talk about this for a second because I remember this very vividly. Did you ever wet the bed at a friend's house for a sleepover?
No, I don't think
lucky son of a gun.
I never had to experience that.
I had to deal with that multiple times.
This explains a lot.
And let me explain something to you. As a young, and I don't feel any guilt over this because I didn't have any control over it. You're a little kid. You can't control whether you wet the bed or not, right?
Well, good for you. I feel like you could easily have had shame that you should. Even though it's
shame.
not your fault.
I have shame. No shame now. Plenty of shame then.
Okay.
But here's the worst scenario, and I had to do this multiple times as a young kid. You do the sleepover. If you woke up and you wet your bed, not only did you wet the bed at a friend's house,
Yeah.
but here's the real thing that nobody thinks about. You now have to, at 2 a.m., at a random house that you've never been at, find a bathroom. That, my friends, is the
That's
worst
the
thing you
issue.
should.
That's the problem?
That's one of
What
the
if, okay, just throwing this out there. What if you didn't pee the bed and you wake up and you have to go to the bathroom? Same problem. The biggest problem is
No.
I
What I'm saying is
restroom.
I specifically remember with wet pants trying to find in a pitch black house, trying not to wake your friend, because that's the thing. You can't wake your friend. You can't wake your friend's parents because you peed your pants.
Okay, so I did. So then I did it wrong because there is one. I said there's one memory I have.
I'm
of wedding-
feeling just so many emotions for little Andy right now.
It was really embarrassing and terrible.
I can't imagine.
So I wet the bed once. It was like a camping trip at a cabin.
Did you go big though? Like, did you really wet it?
I murdered that bed.
If it's only
he didn't have
once.
the rubber sheets on.
That bed
Dad, can I get the rubber sheets?
it died via drowning. Okay, I drowned this bed
Right.
in all of my bodily urine. But the thing is
Bodily urine.
I don't know. So
You didn't let that one go. I was going to let it go.
I wake up. I don't know how old I am. I'm young, and I decided, and this was what I thought you were saying. The worst thing is what you have to do, because in my brain, what I had to do was go get the mom.
Oh. Is that what
And
you did?
That's what I did, and so I had you
pee-peed my bed.
yes, that's it. You have the audio, huh? Where did you find the audio? beep my bed.
Is this how you spoke?
Yeah, oh yeah. I was like, Marcy, wake up, Marcy. That pee the bed. That pee the bed. And then she said, "What's wrong with you?" Kicked me out of the cabin.
See, if you act like a little baby,
Yes.
then they let you off the hook.
Didn't you hear me?
Yeah.
I've had to throw.
Beep, beep, beep.
pee the bed. Me pee the bed. Oh,
I've had to throw away multiple pairs.
I mean,
of
you got to
underwear.
hide the evidence,
The
right?
underwear has to go into the trash and then you go shorts. I know all this. I remember this from being a little
but
kid.
you dealt
have
with this
to-
when you say multiple times. Sorry to interrupt.
I mean,
it's just like
probably
200 times.
No, probably like 2 or 3 friends' houses I went
Yeah.
through this where the underpants, they're done for. They're finished. And then you have to go shorts, no underpants for the remainder of the time you're there, and you just hope nobody can smell anything. It's just
Smell
terrible.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
What do you mean smell anything?
The urine,
Your
bro.
pee smells.
But from where? Are you wearing the pee shorts?
yes.
And from your sleeping bag.
I guess
What do
I
you think you're doing here, man?
Well, I changed clothes.
Not
I don't
everybody
wear the
has
pee pants.
Not everybody went to the mother and just say, "I peed in the bed."
I mean, pee the bed.
Like, my sleeping bag would have been buried in their backyard.
That's what I'm saying.
We would have woke up. Mike, where'd your sleeping bag go?
It's Mike, why are you wearing your friend's shorts and your sleeping bag is half buried in the backyard? Anyway, you know what? We share a little bit of our lives on the show.
what we're
Fortunately,
here to do.
I will tell you this: eventually it stopped.
That's great.
I don't
news.
still pee-pee the bed.
At 23 years old, he was done.
I finished at 23. There you go.
23 and P.
New sponsor. Oh, goodness.
That's a great question.
You think that's a genetic thing that they can find in your DNA? Like bedwetter?
It should be.
Because then you can tell your kids, you can warn them.
You need the rubber undies.
The rubber undies.
Keep 'em.
Wait, hold on. Is this going to
Wait.
fill up like a water balloon?
I guess so. I guess they call these things a diaper, right?
Yes.
Not the rubber undies.
Yeah, rubber diapers.
You don't want absorption. You just want things running off the side. Because that's what rubber does.
I'm just trying to protect things, and I'm doing a poor job.
You're going to go to bed. You're going to work out for 8 hours, wake up and sweat, but it will just have pooled. Because rubber doesn't absorb anything.
And so the mattress is fine.
That's true. I mean, that was
It's
his
a
goal.
mattress protector
Uh-huh.
made of rubber.
It just creates a pool for your spouse to be doused in your own sweat. All right, here's a great question from Deb. She submitted this on the website, spitballerspod.com. She says, at work, if you go to speak to someone about a work-related issue, and she is speaking to someone else about a non-work-related topic, what do you do? Do you come back later, or do you stand there and look awkward, or do you just barge right in?
This is a great question.
So that's tough.
And let's assume this is important, right? This isn't like I got a question I could answer myself, but maybe I'll ask Barb. No, this is like I really need. This is important work, needs to get done. They're talking personal.
They're talking just about their weekend?
Yeah. They're doing water cooler chats. They're talking about the Game of Thrones they just watched. I mean, if that's the case, then I would jump into the Game of Thrones discussion.
We can't go that way. We got
That's the answer?
Or you scream no spoilers because you haven't seen the movie yet. But let's go a different discussion.
What if you go real awkward transition? Like you try to throw in a one-liner about their personal conversation and then move into the sports.
Ooh, I need an example here.
I don't know.
Get into this.
They're talking about the week. They're
sports?
talking about the. Or I'm sorry. Then you get into the work. Why did I say sports?
Probably because our work is usually sports. So.
That is exactly why I said that. They're talking about the barbecue they threw, and then you just throw in a like, yeah, I love pork chops. All right, listen, I've got this spreadsheet that I've got to.
You just scream pork chop sandwiches?
You could just scream it?
Pork chop sandwiches!
Now about that spreadsheet, I really need you to get that over on my desk.
I mean, how long do you let them go?
Or do you just look? Can you use this as an excuse? In this situation, we're not the boss here,
right?
What if you went? I went to talk to them about that. They were chatting about barbecue.
Oh, so you sail them down the river?
Oh, you sail them down.
You're getting stitches, man.
Oh, I'm not.
From me.
I am snitching.
You are. Wait. Your first inclination is to go snitch?
No, I'm asking. I'm exploring the possible outcomes for this user, so that they, So
she didn't even ask that. She said, "Do I come back later? Stand there, and look awkward, or barge in?" There's no go get the boss.
Go tell the boss on them.
Well, it's not.
They're talking about their weekend.
It's not tattletaling. I'm saying go back.
I'm trying to get some work done.
It is 100% the definition of tattletale.
No, tattletale's when you do what you just described. What I'm describing is I go back to my desk and I move on. And I don't, whatever I needed from that person, look, I couldn't get it. They were busy. It's only whenever, a day later, a week later, it's like, what happened with hey, you were supposed to have this answer for me. And it's like, then you say, well, look.
Then you're just living in
Then
blame
you're not getting
culture.
your work done. Here's what you do. They're talking. You stand there awkwardly, and you move forward 1 foot every 30 seconds.
That's not bad.
Until
a
you're
foot every 30 seconds, you're going to be real close. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
2 minutes in, you're 4 feet
I want you
closer
to
than your normal stand.
Okay, every 5 seconds you take a little step forward until you encroach on the personal space and make it awkward.
I would go. Are these people in an? I'm imagining them in an office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you walk up, you close the door.
Oh.
And then you Spartan kick the door open so that they notice you.
Oh, you don't think they'll notice if you just sidle in?
Yeah, I mean, you're just part of the.
So wait,
of
they're
the background.
in. So when you said it in an office, you didn't mean an office building. You meant they're in a private office.
Yes.
If they're in a private office, you just leave them alone. Just
Okay,
let them.
so then
just come back later.
If you're chatting at a cubicle,
How many times?
So wait, just out of curiosity, if they're in a cubicle, they're not worthy of their privacy
that's what
as humans. But if they're in an office, they're kind of they're up a little higher. You hear the same conversation. You're like, well.
It's
he
a more
has an office.
It's a more private environment, right?
It is. It is.
I wouldn't I wouldn't. I feel like I'm imposing on their conversation more in an office. I'm telling the truth.
So here's you are close to something, Mike. If they're in an office, here's what you do. You walk in, you hear the conversation, and you shut the door behind you. That stops the conversation.
it definitely would.
Both of those people, you got their attention because you're going.
They're in trouble.
They're in trouble, or you've got something important to share, or whatever. And then all of a sudden, you just say, "Hey, can I get that file?" Oh yeah, here you go. And then you're out.
I'm loving this, Jason. I'm loving this just for anything.
Just life.
I'm imagining me walking just to say hello to my children. They're up in their room playing Legos, having a great time. I walk up. Shut the door.
Oh, there you got their attention.
How was school? Okay, I'll see you later.
Wait, I'm not in trouble? No, that's great. The door shut. That's
Keep
a
'em
power.
on there.
That's a
Keep 'em
power
on there.
move.
It is a power move.
All right, Justin on Twitter says, is macaroni and cheese supposed to be eaten with a fork or a spoon? That's a great
That's
question.
a dumb question.
It's.
Is it a dumb? Are we going
Sorry.
to just all agree on this one?
Well,
I don't know.
let's do this. This might be the
This is
quickest
a 1, 2,
question of all
3?
time. A 1, 2, 3 answer because there's a clear, correct answer. Do you guys have your answer?
I guess I'm going to go with what I usually do. I know Mike has variables about macaroni sizes and things like that.
What's the sauce like?
Supposed to. That's the problem. The problem is the verbiage supposed to, because I think there's a supposed to, but there's a should.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's just see.
I think supposed to and should are to be the same in this question.
It's 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, answer.
1, 2, 3, answer.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3,
Spoon.
forks. Uh-oh.
What did we just say?
I said the
I
right
said
answer.
spoon.
I said fork.
Yeah, Andy and I said the right answer. Forks.
Spoon.
Spoon?
Yes.
So talk to us about your soup.
It doesn't have to be soup, but
Okay, talk to us about your cereal.
here is the problem with macaroni and cheese. When you get down and there's 5 noodles left, no longer does the scoop and clump with the fork work, and you're doing the stab
Why
job.
base your entire utensil usage on the last few pieces of macaroni?
Great question, Andy.
Because
Thanks.
I want to easily consume all of the mac and cheese.
you know-
I don't want to reach a frustration point where I've got this spear that it's just the noodles are not getting on, they're falling apart, I'm cutting them in half.
You're not living the craft life here, are you?
This is what I'm talking
You're
about.
talking about Kraft mac and cheese.
Yes.
So Kraft mac and cheese, I will say this. I make my Kraft mac and cheese a little bit more runny. Like, I like it.
Right.
I like it milky.
So how are you getting the milky stuff
Still-
up with your fork?
Still use a fork.
Do you?
Still use
I
a
can
fork.
see spoon changing with the craft situation.
See, here's the thing. There's this, guys. You have so much to learn about mac and cheese eating. I'm so happy this question was asked. If you make a soupy mac and cheese, okay, you don't want to be like drinking liquid runny cheese. It's not as
You want the liquid to kind of encapsulate all the noodles, but then that's the mixture and the
Yes.
ratio you want per noodle.
Exactly.
The noodle
You want
ratio.
a spoon with holes in it so that you can have the.
You want a ladle.
So
yes,
so you
Wait, no, a
want
ladle
want a-
doesn't have holes in it.
Well-
a spoon with holes in it, like a mixing spoon that you
Right.
you let the
Like a
liquid
big
go
cir-
through.
so
let
when you
the-
take a bite, you want all of the cheese powder to be left inside of the bowl while
No.
you eat your somewhat cheesy noodles.
If you think that's what happens, Mike, you've
I know
gotta-
that's what happens.
No.
Do they make spoons with holes in them, like normal
Yeah.
size spoons with holes in them?
No, I think
I'm not
they
talking
ju-
about the big mixers. I'm talking about
I think those are just called forks. Like,
No,
I'm just wondering if a spoon with holes in it, if you'd prefer that to a fork,
oh man.
because of the actual carryability of a spoon.
This
But
is
you
why
still
I
can't-
said spoon.
But you still can't stab. And sometimes I got to stab my noodles
stabbing
Okay.
noodles is the worst. That's why it's the spoon.
because you think stabbing noodles is wrong.
No, because it's difficult.
Mike's against stabbing noodles.
Yeah, noodles are people too.
Noodles are not difficult to stab.
they
right?
they definitely are.
Have you? Let me new question, Andy. Have you ever found it too difficult to stab your noodles with a fork when eating mac and cheese?
Only if there are 2 or 3 noodles
Right.
left in the bowl.
Yes, if there's the last few.
But I wouldn't base my whole eating on the last 2 or 3 noodles.
But even then, there's 2 or 3 noodles left. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop these up with my fork. I'm not gonna stab them. Multi-purpose.
you can use your
we'll
fingers
see.
on those last couple noodles.
Looks like we're
Why
gonna have-
would you use your fingers if you have a utensil? We're in a civilized culture.
I've seen you use your fingers many times to finish the plate off.
Not for mac and cheese.
But
Not for
every
mac and
other
cheese,
meal
but every other meal.
imaginable.
Yes.
You do the little finger scoop at the end.
of course.
And I will be honest. At the end, I will do the drink from the side of the bowl.
Did you ever used to put the noodles?
Scrape it into my mouth.
Oh yeah, because you want to eat it all easily.
You
And
ever
it's
put the
delicious.
noodles?
Sounds like
And
a
it-
spoon
and
would
it
solve your
works.
problem. I got a follow-up question.
Okay.
Is macaroni? Well, I guess for Jason, we know the answer because he's soupy mac and cheese, which is not how you do mac and cheese. That's the worst way to do it.
No, that's how you do Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's not how you
Fancy
do
mac and
Kraft
cheese,
mac
I don't want soupy.
So, should mac and cheese be served in a bowl or on a plate?
Bowl.
Bowl. Has to be a bowl.
Which does speak to the spoon very heavily.
It certainly does.
What do you... I'm going to love it if Andy and I are both bowl and fork, and Mike is usually a plate
bowl.
and spoon.
No,
Okay.
bowl.
Yeah, that would have been funny. Did you ever used to put the Kraft mac and cheese on each of the 4 fork pieces?
Of course not, because I'll use a spoon.
Yeah. Even as a
No,
child?
I definitely know that move. Yeah, I've done that.
All right. Did you get served mac and cheese with a spoon as a kid? Was this a learned?
I
or was
honestly do not recall.
All right.
But the if you want to walk down the macaroni and cheese the Kraft way, because you're saying you're supposed to do it soupy. You know how you're supposed to do Kraft mac and cheese? With tuna fish.
Oh.
Yeah. You make yourself a tuna hot dish.
And
I've never
we
done
just
that.
lost our audience.
I've never done that.
Not my peeps up north. They
Oh,
are
that's-
shaking in agreement.
What, the
throw them
people
hot
from
dogs-
Minnesota?
Yep.
The Minnesota people are up there
Yeah.
in their cold-infused delusions
Yep.
making mac and
Making
cheese with
tuna hot
fish?
dish.
That's what it's called?
Yep.
Tuna hot dish?
Yep. That's right.
Okay, that sounds good if you were to sub the tuna with hot dogs.
Oh, I'll
Take
do
all the
hot
tuna
dogs.
out
I'll do
and
hot
put the
dogs in the
sliced hot
crab.
dogs
but the
in.
tuna is the
Here's what I think
premium.
of tuna hot dish.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, when you consume a lot of tuna hot dish,
Wow.
that happens.
So I by not embracing that, I'm not embracing the that's Juicy Lucy country up there, right?
That's right.
And so let's just do whatever we want with food. Who cares?
I like tuna.
There's no rules.
I highly recommend it.
I like mac and cheese.
I brought it up simply because I knew the reaction would be very visceral. But I highly
I love
encourage
tuna
people
fish.
to actually try it.
But that's
I'll be
Yes.
honest. It sounds disgusting, and I am
I would eat it.
100% positive it's delicious. I'll
is
bet you
great.
anything if I eat it, I'd love
Yep,
it.
you will.
Because
All right.
I like those two things.
All right, we have one more great question before our draft. Griffin, important question.
Gryffindor.
He's only 13 years old.
Oh,
What's up, Griffin?
He's 13, and he has 2 7-year-old twin sisters.
Oh, all right.
I always seem to get blamed for everything. When I try to explain it wasn't me, I just get into more trouble. What do I do?
Griffin, you have
I know what you do.
oldest sibling responsibilities.
This question
I am sorry.
This question could not have come at a better time.
You're the oldest sibling.
Yes.
Jason,
I'm the youngest.
You're the baby. I'm the baby. So
I have the funniest story ever about this.
perfect.
Griffin, I was about your age when I did something very strategic to solve this problem. Something that my own mother found just a week ago.
Wow.
And she
Like a week ago,
yes,
7 days from now?
correct. Maybe less than that. Something that she had to show to me when I went over to my parents' house.
Did she shut the
other
door?
day.
Did she?
And it was a cassette tape. And on that cassette tape was me having a fight with my siblings when I was 13 years old.
Oh, my goodness. What?
And this tape was my 13-year-old effort to entrap my younger brother into telling lies on the tape that I would later reveal to my parents.
Oh, my goodness.
You blackmailed them.
I recorded. Apparently.
You were the recorder?
I recorded an argument. Then, using my astute 13-year-old legal mind, entrapped my brother into admitting all of the things he did. Now, this was when my parents had gone to the store and I was in charge.
I
Okay?
had just finished watching The Wire.
I was in I was in charge, and apparently there was an argument. I decided to go and secretly record
Was this
the conversation.
Was this a talk boy from Home Alone 2?
It must have been something just like that. And I put the recorder on.
Okay, but it was discreet. You had it.
It was hidden.
All right.
And on this tape, and I just listened to this, and I was both ashamed and amazed at myself. I recorded this fight, and I was fighting with my brother, and I got him to admit on tape that in the middle of the fight, he cursed at me 2 times.
Ooh.
2 times.
Uh-oh.
Dropped the
Potty mouth.
F-bomb.
No!
2 times.
Mom and Dad gonna be pissed.
I got him to admit that he had been very mean to my 40-year-old sister on tape. And then halfway through the tape, I go, well, guess what, Ryan? It's all on tape.
You did not.
You revealed?
I revealed, and on the tape, he breaks down crying.
Oh my goodness! This is 7 days ago.
I just heard this tape for the first time since I recorded it
We
at
have
13.
to get this tape, Mike. We
Yes,
have to
we
get this
do.
tape.
I will get you the tape. And he breaks down crying, and then I proceed to interview style, force him to tell the actual truth on tape
Oh my God.
for my parents.
I genuinely right now I am having
you
an
not
emotional
believe this?
struggle. I don't know if I am super impressed or extremely horrified right now.
I was both embarrassed and amazed at myself.
I'm terrified of you.
I need clarification. You got him to admit to using the words, or did he use the words?
I got
on
him
the
to
tape?
admit. I asked
Okay.
him like on a court of law. I entrapped him. I said on the tape, I'd be like, "So Ryan, in the middle of this fight, did you or did you not use the F word 2 times?"
So wait a
and
minute.
and eventually he'd go, "Yes, I did."
Oh,
So
no.
hold on. We got to reel this back. Are you telling Griffin that what he needs to do
Record those little
is
kids.
record
them.
so that he too can be
He
an
needs
intelligent, unbelievably smart monster?
Here's the thing: your parents generally look 2 twin 7-year-old cute little
That's-
sisters.
that's why I
they're
said
gonna
They're
win every time.
argument.
He's got older sibling problems.
He's got to record them so he has proof of their demonic plans.
Now, did you show this tape to your mom back then?
Yes.
So she just kept it. She's like, "Oh, I gotta hang on
She
to this."
had it.
gem.
Oh, I would keep
She's
that
doing
for
the
sure.
the reason this even came up is the Maria Kondo.
Oh no!
So everybody
She's
in the,
sparking joy everywhere.
everybody's going through all of their old stuff
Yes, we are.
and throwing all of it away. And so she digs up old tape of this, and she didn't know what it was. And she plays it, and she hears this huge fight from. I'm 34 years old. This is 21 years ago.
Wow.
A cassette tape of me entrapping my siblings.
I can't wait. I can't
I
wait
will
to hear this. I have to-
100% give you that tape.
Oh, this is great.
So anyway,
Griffin,
record your sisters. They're not as sweet as they appear to the outside world. I know this from experience.
Well, it's easier now. Now there's all these tiny. You can have video to this.
Use your Apple Watch, Griffin. Record them.
Yeah, Griffin. You better have an Apple Watch.
You better have 6 or 8 Nest cams. You can prove it.
Wow.
Anyways, I told you I had a story. I cannot believe this question. I literally 2 days ago I was at their house and my mom insisted I heard this tape.
That's unbelievable. I mean, we didn't put these questions in. That is
no. And I'll be honest with you,
fortuitous.
when I listened to it, and it's about 10, 15 minutes long, I had about half of it I had my head in my hands.
I was gonna say-
out of just my poor siblings. That's
Yeah.
all I kept thinking.
What did you think of yourself on tape? Did you think,
I
oh
was
my
more
gosh,
horrified. I kept saying, poor Ryan. Poor Ryan. He had no hope. He had no chance. But at the same time, I was a little bit proud that I figured this out. Because I had older sibling problems too. And here's the one thing I will say. As the older sibling, I made a rule for myself young. And I was really proud of this. I never punched. Like, I made a rule I would never punch my brother
Right.
in the face.
Oh, and so dead arm is still
He
fair
would
game?
try to punch me in the face all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's 2.5 years younger. He'd get in an argument. We'd be, wrestling, physical. He'd try to punch me in the face all the time. I made a rule. I'm never punching you in the face. But dead arms happened.
No,
Dead arms happened.
Look, that's a fair rule.
I think it's a rule that I'm surprised had to be made.
Do you ever? I don't have.
I don't have a brother, so
I've,
maybe.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, I could have beat him up
I've
all
heard
the time.
I've heard the stories of my wife's brothers of the way they would
Fight? Yeah.
and it's intense.
I know that was a long story, but do you guys
that
have
was
any?
great.
Hashtag worth it.
Unbelievable, right? So, yeah, record them. Older siblings, number one.
Let's get to the draft.
The Spitballers Draft.
All right. We'll see if Mike and I can redeem ourselves from Jason whooping our booties on this last draft.
Probably not.
This is a great one. We're drafting the best mythical creatures to have as pets. All right?
Okay.
And I have the very first pick in this draft.
There is a clear 101.
Really?
There's a
Yes.
clear number.
If he doesn't take it, I will, and you'll go, oh, yeah.
There's a clear 101
was.
for me. And this was without doing any research. And I'm just trusting my gut on this one. And so I have the first pick. It's a snake draft. And I am 100%. And now look, it's not just having Lord of the not Lord of the Rings, but
Yeah, you're taking the right one.
I'm taking the dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The dragon
See?
is
Sure.
the dragon is my number one pick.
Shoot.
It's just
I
here's
can
the thing.
fly it. It is destructive to my enemies. It is loyal to me. If you've ever read, did either of you ever read the book Aragorn?
No.
This was a great book that illustrated how great a dragon would be as a pet because he raised this dragon.
Don't know how to read.
That'll slow you down. Audiobooks though.
Oh.
Don't know how to listen. But a dragon is wonderful. They are the most indestructible, damaging
Yes.
creatures, and you get to fly.
No, my only worry with that is as a pet, and you bring up damaging, I know what my dogs
yes.
have accidentally done to the yard. or
Dragons
to
are
a
more
couch.
intelligent than your dogs.
Well, but one sneeze, and your house is
A
down.
misplaced sneeze?
Do
Okay.
dragons breathe fire
Of
when
course
they
they
sneeze?
do.
Most dragons are extremely allergic to things, so the sneezes
Uh-oh.
come frequently.
All
No,
right,
I'm going
so you got
dragon.
a dragon. That's a
number
good
one.
That's a good
Dragon. Feel good about it. Trusted my gut.
No, it's the right call for sure.
Mike.
This one's hard without a laptop.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard with a laptop, to be fair.
It's hard to make the right pick.
Because the context of pet, it definitely changes things up a
Well,
little bit.
the thing is you could define what you value in a pet a lot of different ways. People have
course.
dogs that they value the fact that they defend their home.
Of course.
Right?
And so I'm going to go I get to fly too. My animal is far more beautiful. It's a majestic creature. And you know what? Sometimes I want to roll around on the ground. That's how I can go. So I'm taking Pegasus. I
Yeah.
am taking the flying horse.
Interesting.
I don't blame you there. So here's the thing about the Pegasus. I know my next two picks already, and they're basically
Well, that's good because you have two picks.
that is correct. So I wanted to be able to fly, but I wanted Pegasus to have a horn, and he doesn't. Because the unicorn is so in style right now. It's
Yes.
so vogue. It's so
No, unicorns are very
It's-
cool.
Unicorns have magical
It's
powers.
so in style right now.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness!
So hot right now.
When did unicorns go out of style? Was
Never.
there a time when people
Unicorn-
were like, unicorns, I hate them?
Here's when unicorns came in style.
So is unicorn your official pick?
Unicorn is my pick. Yes, 100%.
Okay. You realize
going-
it cannot fly.
That is correct.
All right.
The unicorn is in style and became in style more and more when my daughter became 9 years old. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got a 9-year-old daughter.
She's all about the
Unicorns-
unicorn?
Yeah, and you
Oh,
want to
my
know?
daughter loves unicorns.
You want to know who's the best dad in the world? The one who got his daughter. What'd you get? A pony? Ha! I laugh in your face. We've got a unicorn
As a pet.
as a pet.
I considered unicorn here because of that fact that you would be the best dad in the entire world.
So I've got a unicorn, but now I'm looking at you two, and I'm jealous of flight. I have to be able to fly. The unicorn can't get that job done. So I'm going to go into one of my absolute favorite fantasy worlds. And I'm getting the hippogriff from
Okay.
Harry Potter, Buckbeak himself. I can defend myself, not against a dragon, but certainly against burglars. I can fly. Is a great pet. Love my first two.
Let me
Unicorn and
ask you a
hippogriff.
question. What's the difference between a hippogriff, okay, and a griffin?
They're
Is the
basic.
griffin a lion butt, but the hippogriff a horse butt? Is that the difference?
A griffin is the body of a lion and the head and wings of an eagle.
Okay, and a
Yeah,
hippogriff is a specific
body
creature?
of
a creature with the front part of an eagle, hind legs, and tail of a horse.
So I was 100% right.
Yeah.
It is a horse butt versus so you chose a horse butt versus a lion butt.
Yeah, because it's a pet. I don't need something to accidentally destroy
Because
my house.
it's
yes. I look.
a
so
lion butt is far more dangerous than a horse butt.
100%.
Why would a lion butt be more dangerous?
Let me ask you
Isn't
this.
the essence of how a horse hurts things kicking them?
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this.
It is.
Let me ask you this.
Lions don't kick.
No,
No.
lions claw. They have a
With
giant claw.
Not with their back feet.
You're telling me their back feet don't have razor sharp
They
claws on
probably
them?
No, they certainly do.
If you're concerned about who's walking on your dinner table, you probably don't want
Exactly.
the lion. Okay, I'm just clarifying. Does that mean okay? All right. So you've got a unicorn and a hippogriff.
Yes.
Mike, you took a Pegasus, which is a flying horse, correct?
That is correct.
But no horn.
Correct.
Okay.
It
This
is
is
just-
it's complicated.
Mythical creatures are definitely complicated. It's tough with Andy having 2 picks in front of me, but I'm going with my gut here. One of the hardest parts of owning is being a pet owner. Eventually, your pet moves on. What if your pet never had to move on because he could be reborn from his own fire?
Oh my goodness.
I am taking the Phoenix.
That is a...
I am taking the Firebird, who is... Look, having a Firebird is awesome. Firebird that never dies?
Well, it dies.
It dies.
It just is reborn from his
It just comes right back to me.
That is
even better.
That is a spectacular pick.
Thank you.
So I'm worried here. Let me give some insight to the listeners here. I had made just a list because I don't have a laptop. I did my old brain noggin thinking.
And you're already out of picks?
And I'm close. I'm close to out of picks here because
the scramble pick
is going to
be great.
The dragon, the phoenix, the pegasus, the unicorn, the hippogriff were all on my list. I literally have 2 left.
Yes.
On my list.
And you're worried about me taking them?
I'm worried about anybody taking them, but yes.
A tilt pick for this draft will be fantastic.
Oh, no. And one of them is a one will not be picked because it's the worst pet you could ever have.
Here's what I'm curious about, because it's the pet thing that is a little bit confusing.
I see. It's
to
tough.
me when I think about things. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna go with a fairy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the fairy because I'm going with the fairy because I'm thinking of it in terms of
what can I cage?
no.
Yeah, a fairy's definitely a house pet.
A fairy's a nice house pet. A fairy would be able to go and get very small things for me that I need, and it's almost like a little strange though because you're
wait, you're more concerned that she can go get you a slice of cheese than like grant you magical powers? Like,
well, here's what I'm
help
saying.
you fly?
A fairy?
No, fairies are not.
Tinkerbell can.
Yes.
What's Tinkerbell?
Tinkerbell is a Disney fairy.
In theory,
not a mythological
fairy is somebody that you could talk to and be friends with, right? If I choose something that is just enormous and uncontrollable, that's
like
not
a dragon.
That's not a great pet. I feel like a dragon.
Yeah, you just described the reasons to not own a dragon.
Moving on.
If I pick something huge and destructive,
luckily there's an entire series that can teach you how to train.
That is true. There's at least 3 movies.
I'm gonna pick the fairy because I think that it's just a very convenient pet to have. Friendly, flies around. I would treat it with fairness,
Right.
And so I've got a dragon and a fairy, and now I need another pick.
Yes, that is true. And the face you are making says you are not prepared.
No, the face I'm making is that I kind of feel bad choosing things that have human forms because I feel like I'm a slave owner of some sort. This
is a dangerous line you're walking.
Because I have a decent sized pool, so I guess I'm gonna. Should I keep a mermaid as a pet?
That's a no, but it's too late.
I'm gonna.
You just did it.
I would have. It's on my list. I'm down to 1.
Wait. Now
I'll live in a seaside town. I'm not going to keep this. This isn't going to be an orca whale situation. I'm keeping this pet in a free open waters.
Okay, my question:
live your life, then come hang out.
How do you guys define a mermaid?
Because are they human or are they fish?
Well, that was
fish are great pets.
That wasn't the question. Is more of when you think of a mermaid, do you only think of Ariel? They're happy-go-lucky. They live in the water.
Yes.
Or there's the other side that people talk about mermaids where they're like evil creatures.
Like sirens?
That's not how
I
see
not a siren, but they like...
Are there ugly mermaids?
No such thing.
No, because that's part of the deal.
Cool.
But they like... There's movies where they make mermaids eat people.
I have not watched said movie.
Yeah,
okay. I was just seeing if where your
so did I take one of your 2 that you had remaining?
I'm sure
Jason?
you did.
Yeah, you did.
Was it mermaid?
Did. Yep, mermaid.
So you were going to pick a mermaid.
Well, and here's the thing. I know
Great
my other
pick
one.
You were almost going to make.
I could tell you my other one because I can't. I don't think we could pick it based on the conversation. I don't think either of you are going to pick it.
Well, I'll let you do it after.
Mike has a Pegasus and a Phoenix, 2 outstanding picks. But you're getting to the point now where you have to. There's powerful mythical creatures, but do
Right.
they fit the pet?
Oh, I've got one that fits perfectly.
Oh, great.
Because it's a dog.
Oh, Cerebus?
It's got 3 heads, and I know that it can protect things because it protects the land of the dead.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good watchdog. I am taking Cerebrus.
All right. That's a good pick. Probably a better one than mine.
Then you're half human.
Well, look,
I'm so screwed.
Is that your last one?
No, my last one was
This is going to be so good.
So when I made this list, I saw the question like a few days ago, so I just made a quick list off the top of my dome, off a quick Google search, and I didn't realize that it was pets. It was just like mythical creatures. So my last one was vampire, but I don't think that's a good pet.
No, that is a horrible pet. I mean,
Right.
I would allow it as a mythological creature,
Sure.
but you are just keeping a person.
No, and that and so
and not letting them see the light.
So that's out, right? So my list is done. Okay.
Okay.
Now I've got one that I'm happy to take. The problem is I have 2 picks. So I'm going to go ahead and draft my leprechaun. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I get granted wishes.
You guys are terrible people.
No.
Why do you get 3 wishes from every one of your mythical pets?
And a leprechaun does not grant 3 wishes.
No.
Infinite wishes.
No.
It's not a genie.
A
Infinite
leprechaun may or may not lead you to gold.
Yeah.
There is an economic value.
wishes. Then I'll take the gold value of
That's
a
if you
leprechaun.
can find it. He's not just going to willy-nilly give you his
I
pot of
already
gold.
have one. It's not like I don't get my unicorn because I can't find them because they're rare and also don't exist.
Tell me this. Tell me this. So a leprechaun, which is still in the shape of a human.
As is a fairy.
Yes, but I'm going to give it human attributes of this leprechaun. You are keeping said person as a pet. You think this guy wants to share his pot of gold with you?
Well, yeah, because I'm the owner. So if he shares it with me, he's richer.
Better vet visits for that leprechaun.
Darn right. So now I've got my second pick coming,
Yep.
and this is what's known as a nightmare, because I am struggling to come up with. I mean, I've got some that are pretty much the worst pets that you could ever fathom.
Okay. Vampire.
Do you want to just mail it in at this point?
No, I've got
the first no pick?
No.
You've run out of time?
All right. I'm just gonna have to go with what I know. I'm gonna go with a Hydra.
Okay.
Okay, so you got the multi-heads, I've got the
Yep.
multi-heads. The problem is, I think it's a terrible pet. I think
It would be a little wild.
Yeah. Nice one.
A little bit wild.
So you've got the unicorn, the hippogriff, the leprechaun, the hydra.
yeah.
All right, Mike, you have one more pick. You've got a dream team.
I'm pretty happy with my team.
Pegasus.
How can you
Phoenix.
ruin it with some weird creature that only you like?
Ooh. Look, if anyone can do it,
It's you.
it's definitely me. I'm going to take a little bit more protection because I feel like with the Pegasus, the Phoenix, and the Cerebrus, I have enough beauty, which people want their pets to be beautiful, to be friendly. So I'm just taking a straight up meanie. I'm taking the Chimera, which, for those that do not know, it's a 3-headed monster. It can breathe fire. One head is a lion, one is a snake, one is a goat.
Okay.
Has lion claws. It's got a snake.
So many heads around your house.
It's a mythological creature, and this thing is definitely going to
So to be
keep
clear,
things on lockdown.
you have Pegasus, Phoenix, Cerebrus, and the Chimera.
That is true.
So you have 4 pets, but you have a total of 8 heads. Is that what you're saying?
Let's see. So I got 6 between 2 of them. Yeah, I think that's correct.
Impressive.
Well, Jason with his Hydra can have infinite heads.
That's right.
Yeah, well, if that's how you're voting, if you're voting on total heads,
Vote Jason.
Vote Jason. I've got the dragon, the fairy, the mermaid, and here's what I'm saying. I've got the sky covered with the dragon, right?
Yep.
I've got the ocean covered with the mermaid. I'm going to head up north. You know what? And I'm going to pick a Yeti.
Okay.
I'm going
All
to take
right.
a Yeti.
All right. That's
Powerful.
The Hendersons loved theirs. Harry was a great pet. I mean, honestly, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the Yeti, and
I wish I had taken a Yeti.
You should have taken Alf.
Oh, dude, we've been watching Alf.
No, you have not.
I love Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I swear.
You've been watching Alf?
Right now, somehow we got a DVD box set for. We went to Disneyland.
You've been watching DVDs?
I was going to say that too.
No, but we got for our drive to Disneyland. We have a DVD player in the van, and so we bought this box set of Alf because it was super cheap at I don't know, at Walmart or something.
They didn't just give it to you? It said, "Here's Alf."
It's fantastic. Now, I don't get to watch because I'm in the front, but I get to hear. And the kids are in love with Alf right now. Alf is the greatest. If Alf, I could not make a pet because he's too much of his own man.
How do I make a random Alf joke and it turns into, oh yeah, we're watching it?
We're literally right now. It's on in our van.
That's crazy.
All right. That finishes this draft. You can vote on our Twitter at SpitballersPod. And what'd you guys learn today?
I learned that Andy was an investigative reporting monster against his siblings.
I learned that when I was a young boy, I said, "Me pee pee da bad, me pee pee da bad."
And I learned that oldest siblings are the best. Sure.
Da poop.
Kind of already knew that.
Da do do.
An ending song?
Poop. Da do. Huh. Ski bop do.
See you next time. Goodbye.
You're kind of like our Yeti.
Oh.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.